Hey, bonjour, it's Al from the bus. I think I'm going to eventually identify this bus as Al's Rolling Nut House. I got to figure out how you change that on YouTube and stuff, but or something like that. But I won't put that on the outside of the bus, but I do have fun with that, Al's Rolling Nut House. So hey, I wanted to update just briefly. I got a couple of things. Actually, I can take my hat off now. Imagine that. It's warm in here. Woohoo! I got the, how do you call it? The replica heater. The Chinese replica heater kind of thing is really wonderful. I had it installed on Sunday afternoon, and when I installed it, like the bus, remember now, this bus was a Red Cross blood collection bus, and so it has, how do you call it, plywood, marine plywood no less, and it's got like formica over that. And so on the floor, I don't know if you can see it, the carpet's kind of in the way, the linoleum on top of marine plywood, and then there was some kind of adhesive that reminds me of like driveway seal coating. So as I'm drilling through all this with the hole saw, I had mounted this heater. This is, I call it the bunk room in here. Oops, I'm tripping on a wire again. Golly, gotta talk to that electrician. Wires all over the place. And then I messed myself up too, because I put all the stuff on the floor while I'm going down the road so it doesn't go flying off the counters, and I haven't put it back up yet because I just got back from work. So anyway, underneath here, this is the heater. Woo! And oh man, it's so nice. So I can actually be comfortable in here right now to work on the bus. My wife probably won't dig that because I'll be out here working at night now. And so oh, it's bearable. It's I don't know what the temperature is. I don't know. The thing's in Celsius, so I got to look every once in a while. 22 degrees Celsius is equal to like 72 degrees, I think, or something like that. I don't know if you can read the thermometer here or not. No, I can barely read it. It's 60 degrees, it says, which is really nice and comfy in here for me, if you're used to being outside. So I'm dropping stuff all over the place here. This is one of the panels that I made, switch panels, that I'm about to mount on the wall here. It'll go over here. And so that's one of the other refinements I'm going to do real quick tonight. I don't know how I'm going to finish things. It's very interesting as you do a bus project. I know in my mind what I want to do, and then I get to like, I have an idea in my mind of how I want to, how do you call it, make the finish, like am I going to use wood, or am I going to use upholstery, or whatever. So temporarily, until I make up my mind, I made these standoffs. I cut some 1/2-inch PVC conduit, electrical conduit. We save scrap all the time. And I cut them 2 inches, and I use them on the back here with some standoff so that I can run the wires behind all this, and that'll get me from the ceiling height down to behind the sofa and stuff like that. So that way I should be able to hide the wires a little bit. And obviously there's a lot of wires that got to be hidden here, and there's a board that goes across the top here, a trim board that what was in here originally was mirror, and I may put that back up. I like the mirror kind of thing. It's cool. It adds some depth in here and it makes it feel roomier. But I need to take these ceiling panels down a few more times to run more wires going across. So I have not put that trim piece back up until I get all my wires run and in place. Then I'll be putting things back. So it takes me a while. And now what's also frustrating is I stop and I start. You got to work for a living and stuff, and then I come back to it a week later or something, and I forgot which wires I ran where. So now I got to wring them out, or I put a toner on it. And, I had some time, and we were slow at one point, and Tony helped me run some wires, pulling them from back there up to the front here. And up to the, I call it the headboard over the dashboard. There's all the switches up there, and I'm gonna need to identify the wires so I can connect the rest of my wiring up there for all my outside lights. That's what that switch panel is for. In this switch panel, I'll put little labels. I use that label maker with a clear and black lettering, self-adhesive tape-like kind of stuff, and I'll put that over the aluminum, and it'll look really pretty, almost professional. And although the aluminum's a little scratched up, but that's okay. It'll, you know, it's pre-disastered. It'll be good. So anyway, that's my little update for now. The heater is fantastic. Temporarily, I have it hooked up to the tank still. The tank is 2.5 gallons, and oh gosh, it uses like a gallon in 8 hours, I think, is what I determined on the step van. And so I'm still messing around with this thing. I ran this thing at 4:30 this morning, come out here early and started it up. And the way I had it installed before, it smelled like something was burning, and it was the exhaust was touching the hole. So now I had made a larger hole. Clearances are greater, and so I mounted it flat to the floor as well. So I have a rather large opening, and so I had to make another hole, put fuel out under the bus, and then back up to the heater. And I will be tying it into the bus's fuel tank eventually. I have some lines under there to tie into, but I got to find some fittings to reduce it and that kind of thing. So and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Or starting tonight or something like that, so I think I'm going to wait on that. I just want the thing operational so I can do some work out here or be comfortable anyway. No smell now that I got it installed better. And I do have the bus plugged in right now to AC power with a 12-volt charge controller that's, you know, charging the batteries as well as delivering 12 volts to whatever is being used. So so that helps a little bit. This is a 5 kilowatt heater. It does use on startup, you know, quite a bit of amperage. I have not measured it with an amp probe yet to verify. There was a guy on YouTube this morning I was watching before work in the UK who did a great explanation of the type of unit that I have. Let me see if I can get over to the charge controller here, or the control unit. And so this is the one that I have, and it's kind of wacky, but it works. So I'll deal with it. So far, everything's working good. I haven't tried setting the timer on it or anything like that. It came with a remote. The remote doesn't work. I really don't need a remote. That was not my intent to have one. I just want a controller that works and regulates temperature. So anyway, it's working good, and it uses a bit of amperage when you do the initial startup. And so I've not had good solar in the last week or so. So I'm plugged in, and that way the batteries will be topped off and, you know, be running on 12 volt. And look at that, I even got a little reading light in here too. That was another Amazon special. It wasn't really a special price or anything, but it's really cool. It glows blue. Ooh, I like that. And then you can hit it and turn it off, and you hold your finger on it, and it gets brighter or dims. And then when you hit it again, it shuts off, and you can have it off with the blue light, so you're not, if you're snoozing, you're not distracted by the light. But anyway, the heater, that was my main point of all this. Oh yeah, there's my big water tank, 46-gallon water tank. That's kind of on hold until warmer weather, but I'm still strategizing on how do you say, it'll be insulated and wrapped with heating pads, so to speak. Hydronic and electric 12 volt, so I can use this bus in the winter time is my intent, as well as you know, warmer weather. Then I'll be looking to purchase a rooftop unit too, and so yeah, it can cost a lot of money and try and oh gosh, I don't know, scavenge things, and somebody's doing a demo on an RV or something. Maybe you can get a rooftop unit, and then eventually upgrade things as money comes in or whatever. So it's all good. However, it works out. We'll do what we can. There's a lot of good stuff being thrown out or junked or whatever, and if you happen to be in the right place at the right time, you can make out and get something good. And so it's always fun to hear about it or keep an eye on Craigslist or whatever and see what's around. So anyway, that's it. I've already talked too much. Have a great day, and or a good night, or whatever it is, wherever you are. And God bless. We'll look forward to catching up with you again soon with some more updates. And always look forward to seeing everybody else's bus project too. It's a lot of fun seeing it. And thank you for new subscribers climbing on and on board with the subscriber list or whatever. That's always fun. It's just fun to see other people's thing. I'm not really into this for the money or whatever. At some point, maybe if there's some money to be found in all this, that'd be great, but it's not my intent. I just enjoy seeing other people's projects and sharing about mine, I guess, and we all kind of learn from each other and have fun with that. So have a great day. God bless, and look forward to catching up with you next time. See you. Bye.